What's up guys, NepentheZ here and welcome back to another episode of The Road to Glory. Once again, thank you guys for being here. If you could drop a thumbs up, it would be very much appreciated. Settle in, I guess, because I don't even know what's like. I don't want to come across as moaning or complaining, and I know some people think that's what happens. But I want to discuss today. I want to talk about FIFA and how happy or unhappy we are with FIFA, because it's just on every content creator's lips right now. And in terms of the viewers, in terms of you guys, it's also something that I get met with a lot on social media and in comments. Now, first things first, guys, I'm actually going to be playing squad battles today. One of the accomplishments for the week is to play 2 squad battles or win 2 squad battles games on a professional difficulty or higher. So I'm going to be playing on legendary, whatever the one below ultimate is, legendary, whatever it is. Just to show you guys, I thought I was going to do a few games of squad battles and a few games of divisions and stuff, but I thought, no, you know what, I haven't put squad battles on my channel in so long. Let me actually show you guys full gameplay so you can see how I handle a whole game and how I managed to beat the AI comfortably in squad battles on this difficulty. But there was lots of conversation today on Twitter and on Reddit and on forums about the state of FIFA. And interestingly, I want to get your, as we start, I want to get your guys' perspective on this. And that is that some people meet me with the response of, this game is here to be played. FIFA is to be played. FIFA isn't about the extras, about the content. FIFA is about you wanting to play a football game. And I do understand that. I see that side of things. I completely understand that when I go to play PUBG, it's because I enjoy the gameplay in PUBG. I enjoy the battle. I enjoy landing and looting up. I enjoy getting to endgame and the tension that comes with. But I feel like in PUBG that the skill is important. Obviously, you have some RNG in PUBG because if the circle doesn't favour you, you could get screwed up. But generally speaking, I enjoy, for example, gameplay in PUBG. And PUBG doesn't really have much depth by way of content. You same guns, same maps, same procedures. Like it's very samey. But the replayability is that even though it's very samey, that no one game is the same as the next. It's so different because you're playing against different people with different skill sets, different circles, different landing spots. Like it's in my opinion just a little more fun. In FIFA, it's the same. It's the same mechanics and it's the same like scenarios, so to speak. Like the same like runs of play. Like patterns. It's the same patterns. That's what I'm saying. In PUBG, I can land anywhere and I can do anything from the point that I land. In FIFA, once I get the ball with my right winger, there's a certain few patterns that will work and everything else just won't. And it creates this monotonous, tiresome gameplay. And so I definitely agree that playing FIFA should potentially be paramount to wanting the bells and whistles and the add-ons and the attachments. But I personally believe that the depth that you can get from that will alleviate many of the core mechanic problems. When we look back at old FIFAs, like I tweeted out actually some of the old things that we had, and we go back to one of the Team of the Seasons in Team of the Season 16, where you could win Leroy Sané as one of the cards when he was back at Schalke. And the first time you won the tournament, you would get a Leroy Sané. The second time you won the tournament, you would get a rare gold pack, which would have been untradeable. And then any time that you won the tournament thereafter, you would get 4,000 coins as a minimum in a coin pack. And that was pretty cool. There was also a Team of the Season EAS Team of the Season Cup, and that ran for one whole week. And during that, the first time that you won this tournament online, you would get 5,000 coins and the untradeable kit. The second time you won it, you would get a rare gold pack, and then future wins, you would get premium coins pack, which is a minimum of 4,000 coins. And if offline, the first time you won it, you get a premium gold pack, and then any future wins will be 2,000 coins minimum. So although we have squad battles and foot champs this year, and some of this comes in a little bit later, it's like we already had tournament prize structures with good prizes for shorter wins. And there was another one, Community Clash in FIFA 15. It ran from 8th of May to the 10th of May, so for just 48 hours. The requirements was a maximum 3.5-star team with 100 chemistry, something we just don't get this year at all, is like team stipulations. Okay, we get it in daily knockout tournament, but the fact that that's connected to like actually playing FUT Champs. I think they should be separated, but that's another story for another day. And then online, the first time you won it, you got 15,000 coins and a 50k pack, untradeable. And then every single future win over that 24-hour period, you got 10,000 coins and 25k pack. Now, if you like assume 40 games of FUT Champs versus 40 games in this tournament, let's say out of those 40 games that you played, you won that tournament 6 times. That's you picking up 60,000 coins, 65,000 coins actually, 5 25k packs and a 50k pack. That's huge. And it's just, and if you wanted to, you could just win it once, obviously, if you weren't good enough. And then the other thing that was available was the 7 years of FIFA 16 FUT celebration. The first time you won it, you got the yellow EA Sports kit. The second time was a small coin reward. The third time was a small pack reward. The fourth was a bigger coin reward, then a bigger pack reward, and then a bigger coin reward. And then the seventh and final time was you was rewarded with a 100k untradeable pack for winning the tournament. And that was so much fun, so engaging. And then also we had the Futties tournament in FIFA 16. You know, you had 10 attempts. According to the graphic that EA released at the time, the first win you got Conor Plianka, who was the most traded player in FIFA 16. The second win you got Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who was the top goal scorer in the whole of FIFA 16. And the third win you got Marco Reus, who was the cover star of FIFA 17, like the voted cover star. Every single time you won it after that, and you only had 10 attempts to win it, so it might have taken you 8 or 9 attempts to win those 3 players, but every single time you won it after that, if you'd already won it 3 out of 3 or so, for example, you would get a mystery pack. And that mystery pack would literally be any pack that was in the game at the time. It might have been a gold, premium gold pack, a 5k pack, but it also might have been a mega pack or a 50k pack. It was literally a mystery pack. And that was engaging. And although the gameplay in FIFA 18 isn't ideal for everybody, I personally don't have too many gripes with the gameplay. Like, yeah, the patterns that are just easy to read are there, but that comes with competitive gameplay. As I've said before, you know, my biggest problems are with auto anything, auto switching, auto lunging, auto defending, like heavy AI control players. Like, those are the sort of things that frustrate me with the gameplay. But I, you know, because I don't necessarily experience too much input delay, button lag, and bad connectivity with servers. So that's not really a problem for me personally, but I do understand that that is a huge problem, specifically for people that are extremely distant from servers or have internet service providers that can be tricky to deal with. I know you guys have a really hard time with button delay and input lag, and you know, constantly getting matched up against people around the world where you're destined to have a terrible game. And I you know, I sympathise with those people, and I can imagine that's really frustrating. But for me personally, the gameplay, you know, there are certain things that I would like adjusted, but that's for me personally, you know, and I think EA are creating a game for the casuals. It's actually said to me many times recently, EA are creating a game for the casuals geared for the pros. Like, what they're trying to do is they're trying to create this massive competitive scene within FIFA, but then the gameplay is set for casual people, because what they don't want is they don't want people that are terrible at this game to get disenfranchised with playing it because they get smashed all the time. And that's why there's so much heavy AI interference and assistance in this game, is because people would just stop playing it, you know, and I think that's fair to say. But there was so much engaging content. There was so much engaging content in previous FIFAs, and there is also engaging content in these FIFAs, but I feel like the content this year hasn't adapted in line with the economy within FIFA itself. You know, we talk about it all the time. Back in week 1 and week 2 and week 3, getting Elite 1 in squad battles was humongous. You get those 30,000 odd coins, you get 2 mega packs. It's a massive, massive difference for your team. But today, in FIFA, getting Elite 1, spending 30 to 45 games getting the points total required to get Elite 1 for that many coins and that many packs is largely irrelevant, because it has such a small impact on your club as a whole that it doesn't represent value or time for money, right? It's just not valuable. You know, your time is far more valuable elsewhere doing other things, or just not playing the game at all. I think that's where EA are missing the boat. You know, what I would like to see now is, you know, people tell me about like the MLB series or the Madden Ultimate Team series that have really, really good progressive, grindy offline modes. I would like to see stuff like that, but I would just love to see tournaments brought back as a short-term solution to a long-term problem, because I don't think that there's any one little thing here or there that is going to be a fix for this game. I don't think that EA bringing back tournaments is actually going to appease everyone. And one of the comments was actually about let me find it. Yeah, so Ahmed says, last year in FIFA 17, people started moaning that they want another mode that is not competitive. Comes to FIFA 18, which include a new mode, and now no one is touching it, EA, i.e. squad battles. Man, EA can't please everyone. And I get that, like, bringing tournaments back would be a short-term solution, right? But, you know, but I still think it would be a good starting point for EA. I still think it would be a scenario where you're like, okay, so we've got tournaments now, they can give us these cool prizes to win through tournaments, either through progressive style tournaments or just one-offs. Like, when those Path to Glory players were in the Daily Knockout tournament, I had so much fun there, building teams, playing gameplay, because I knew I was getting something for my time. If that was a 5k pack and 2,000 coins instead of Path to Glory Carlos Vela or Path to Glory whoever the other one was, I can't remember who the other one was, like Lukaku, I wouldn't have played it if it was a 5k pack and 2,000 coins anyway, because packs and coins are just irrelevant at this stage in FIFA, especially to people that play the game a fair amount. Yeah, I'm sure there's some of you that are playing this game now where you're like, actually, I love that 5k pack and those 2,000 coins. That's important to me. But there are so many avenues for you to generate revenue so quickly that you'll quickly realize that they're not important at all. You can go and play squad battles, you can go and get low finishes in foot champs, you can go play through the low divisions, and you're going to end up getting rewarded. But for what Ahmad is saying is that they can't please everyone. That's absolutely true. But one of the problems is people wanted a non-competitive game mode, and they got squad battles. But squad battles quickly became outdated within its own game cycle. And because EA is a yearly release, they're not going to make any changes to squad battles until FIFA 19. But I personally feel like it could have been better served with some huge changes to squad battles. If that be by the points that you earn, if that be by the rewards that you're given, by the number of games. Like this late in FIFA, nobody wants to play 45. Like I think you need something around the 30 game mark if you're playing on a high level to get Elite 1 month weekly. I think you need somewhere around the 40 to 45 game mark if you're playing on world class or lower. I don't even know if you can get there lower to get to Elite 1 like difficulty, and it's for a reward that's just not in keeping with how the game's going. It would be so much better served if instead of those pack rewards, you got a Team of the Week pack reward or a birthday pack reward. Imagine this week, instead of even on top of what we've got right now, let's keep the rewards the same, but then just add bonus rewards. So this week, if you finish Elite 1, you get a FUT Birthday untradeable pack, and it just contains one player from FUT Birthday that's untradeable. That's it. But at least you know by grinding to Elite 1, you're getting that reward. Imagine you finish Elite 2, it gives you a Path to Glory untradeable pack. If you finish Elite 3, it gives you a Team of the Week untradeable pack. And then if you finish in Gold 1, 2 or 3, it might give you an 84 to 87 rated untradeable pack. And if you finish in Silver, it will give you an 82 to 85 rated untradeable pack. And it could be so much better to actually give people something to work towards instead of picking up 2 mega packs that's going to contain no good players and basically be an utter waste of time unless you are fortunate enough to hit the jackpot. And that's my personal opinion. So yeah, I agree that EA can't make everyone happy with everything they do, and there are going to be people that are unhappy, but what other games have is they have depth within their content, and they have high progression systems, or they have replayable, enjoyable gameplay. And I feel like FIFA don't have either of those things. If the gameplay was replayable and enjoyable to a degree, I think people would play it a lot more, and maybe people play it a lot more already, and that's just my own personal opinion, letting that influence my my eyes on the game. Or if EA had high progression levels on this game, people would play it just because they want to complete those things. For example, if EA had a scenario where a weekly objective was for a good pack or something, again like a guaranteed player like we did with those Irish players and such, that would be something that I would just pick the game up and play it for, because it's like, hey, I want to grind towards this free card that we're going to get. But they don't have that, and that's frustrating. But to move on to some comments that I picked up, in terms of what I wanted to talk about this right at the start of the video, but I've rambled on for 14 minutes as per usual. Daniel Richards says, after Team of the Season, will it be able to build a mega team with 3 million coins? Absolutely. When I look at Team of the Season from last year, now this is at the back end of the game, so player prices aren't identical to what they were during and shortly after Team of the Season. but there were only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players worth more than 1 million coins from Team of the Season last year at the end of the game. That was Messi, Ronaldo, Neymar, Dybala and Ibrahimovic. Every single player, Suarez, Rajan Angolan, Griezmann, Hazard, De Bruyne, Sanchez, Lewandowski, Aubameyang, Lacazette, Casemiro, Dembele, Sergio Ramos. These guys were like super cheap. And in fact, if you look at Dembele, like you're saying you've got 3 million coins, Dembele's price was 700,000 at release, and it never went above that. It always just dropped lower, down to 6s, down to 5s, and then down to the 4s. So obviously this year is a little different because, as I've just explained, it's so much easier to generate coins this year and generate packs that probably Team of the Season prices are going to be inflated a little bit compared to last season, specifically for the big players, the meta players, the players that people want. But I think for 3 million coins, you'll absolutely be able to put together a really strong team. So for Team of the Season, yeah, it's definitely of my opinion that Team of the Season will be like the market will be crazy for Team of the Season because it's a different market compared to last year. But I think Team of the Season, I think even if you got 1 million coins, you're going to be able to put together a really good squad of the minor league major players. Like somebody in the chat actually in the comment section of yesterday's video said, if they can't believe no one's mentioned Team of the Season Talisca. Talisca's Team of the Season card will be absolutely insane. Even if we take his current most relevant card, the 86 Man of the Match card, 120,000 coins only already, but that has 86 dribbling, 89 shooting, 89 passing, 82 pace, 80 physical, and 70 defending. So if he got like a 92 rated Team of the Season card, you'd be looking at 95 passing, 95 shooting, 93 dribbling, maybe 88 pace, 86 physical, and 75 defending. The card will be absolutely monstrous. So yeah, there's definitely something exciting about that. Now, before I go any further, guys, sadly, the relevancy to the title is coming in right at the end of the video today, so I apologise for those of you that have wanted to hear about this straight away at the start of the video because I titled it this, but the Path to Glory select cards have been announced. And I wanted to talk, I should have just talked about this at the start. I really apologise. If anyone can, just put a timestamp in the comment section. I'll pin it so that people that are here to hear my opinion on Path to Glory select cards can hear it when, like, upon coming into the video rather than at the end. So EA released a marketing piece, said if a Path to Glory player makes his country's final 23-man squad, he'll be converted to a Path to Glory selected item, and here are the details. And the details read, 23 more players contending for a spot in the national teams, blah, 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 blah. Basically, Path to Glory cards that get selected for their national team are going to get these Path to Glory select items, which are slightly different versions and variants to the current Path to Glory card. It looks a little bit different, but essentially it's the same. And that means those that don't get selected for their national teams don't get these cards and won't get upgraded through the World Cup. But like a lot of people were outraged about this, and the market for Path to Glory cards went up in value, but nothing here has actually changed. All this is saying is that if you so my exact tweet to the person that asked me, I said this isn't really news, to be honest. Path to Glory cards were due to get upgraded from the World Cup, but obviously they wouldn't if they didn't attend. This is simply a way to separate those that got those that go to the World Cup and those that don't. This changes literally nothing in terms of the market or the card worth. It's just a visual change. And all that's going to happen is if your Path to Glory card gets selected for his national squad, he will change, because then you can tell the difference between those that will continually get progression and those that won't. And I like this for a few reasons. Let's say you've got one of those players that has a Path to Glory card but their national team isn't going to the World Cup. They won't get the Path to Glory select item, so if they do something good outside of the World Cup, there's no reason for you to panic buy this card, because you'll be like, oh, they're not a Path to Glory select card. It doesn't matter that they just scored a hat-trick in a friendly game for the under-16 Wirral team. They're not going to get upgraded, right? So to my understanding of Path to Glory select cards, all it is doing is literally just separating those that get selected for their national team and those that don't. Now, what I understood from Path to Glory to Ones to Watches is that Ones to Watches die out with the domestic campaign. That was stated in the Ones to Watch literature that was available. Path to Glory cards have a chance of getting upgraded through the World Cup. I don't know if some Path to Glory cards that aren't going to the World Cup will still get game time during the World Cup, because who's playing football during the World Cup that's not going to the World Cup? You know, is there going to be national friendlies? Probably not. Or international friendlies? Probably not. So definitely it's a case of this doesn't actually change how they work, who they are, what they do. It's literally just a way to visualize which cards were selected for the national teams and which cards weren't. Other than that, absolutely nothing has changed with the Path to Glory select cards. This, though, guys, is going to be the end of the video for today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, be sure to leave a like, rating, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. But for now, guys, I'm out. Peace.